We all remember, I imagine, when Larry Kudlow got on national television. Was it 5 months ago now? About 4 or 5 months ago. 5 months ago, February. It's not contained, but it's more or less contained, the COVID. It's not really going anywhere. We've done it. We've wrapped it up. We're moving ahead. Donald Trump, greatest economy in the history of ever. Need to cut more taxes. Pro-growth policies. I know all, like, that's the only thing he says. Not going to be a financial crash in 2008. Things are looking great. I think he said that literally in August or July of 2008. Like days before Bear Stearns is collapses, and Lehman Brothers, they literally put chains on the front door of Lehman Brothers. Here he is. They'll still trot him out. I don't know who believes this. I don't know if it's just for Donald Trump's sake, but they will trot him out to tell everybody, blue skies ahead. Trust us to steer the economy, tax cuts, all going great.
These are relatively small bumps. They're there. I'm not denying it. You've got places like South Carolina, North Carolina, I believe Florida and Texas, some in California. Please don't forget, though, Arizona. We are testing at 100 times the rate we were a couple of months back in March. So you're bound to uncover a lot more cases. I think it's very important to note, however, with respect to the positivity and the new cases, the fatality rates remain very low. And in fact, nationwide, if you take a look at the case rates and you take a look at the fatality rates, they're still running basically around 0 to 1%, maybe slightly higher than 1% on a 1-day or a 7-day average. I do not want to downplay or argue against the fact that it's happening, but I think it's something we have to get used to.
We got to get used to it. We got to get used to it. You know what doesn't get impacted by the number of tests is the number of people in hospitals. So when that goes up, when more people go into the hospital because of coronavirus, when Arizona is literally near on the precipice of breaking, then it has nothing to do with testing. Nothing to do with testing whatsoever. It has to do with how sick people are getting. And yes, the death rate, we haven't seen a commensurate death rate yet, but that is because of how far out we are from all these states opening up post-Memorial Day. I mean, it's like clockwork, right? They tell you 14 days, you'll see the bump in cases. A couple more days, you'll see the bump in hospitalizations. Then we'll see the bump in deaths. That's what's going on. Going out there still, it's insanity. And let's be clear here too. There were two reasons why we all went into lockdown. One was to make sure that you did not bust through the capacity that hospitals and our medical system had to address how many ill people there would be. And in New York, just made it. Had to basically make the entire state do the equivalent of nationalizing the hospital system in New York State so that the governor had the ability to say, we're taking resources from Ithaca and we're bringing it to the city. We're taking resources from the city and we're sending it out to Elmira, whatever. I'm making up names, but that's basically what was done. And now in Arizona, they're about to hit that wall. We're going to start to see it, I imagine, in other states. Maybe it'll be South Carolina. Maybe it'll be North Carolina. Maybe it'll be Florida. We don't know. But the other point of this was to develop mechanisms to deal with coronavirus, with the understanding that we can't be in a permanent state of stay at home in the way that we were to flatten the curve. That we need 2 or 3 months. Now that we realize this is real, despite the fact that the federal government, the White House, the Trump administration was in total denial, assuming it would just go away, that we're going to build the capacity to do contact tracing, that we're going to build the capacity to have tests that are functioning, right? There's still an enormous amount of tests out there that people don't know if we can believe their findings. We don't have enough tests that are instantaneous. And so we have no way of mitigating a resurgence of this, or maybe the first surgence of it, because we haven't built any capacity to deal with it, because we've been in total denial. They got rid of the testing czar in the White House. It's unclear whether Trump has spoken to Fauci in weeks, maybe now close to month. They have completely moved on and pretended this doesn't exist, to the point where they're going to hold an indoor rally in a place that is having a surge. It's insanity.
It's just a small bump, though.
Small bump. Look, I say buy. It's a great time to buy. Buy on the dip. If I could right now, I would go long, or I would go short on coronavirus. I don't think we're going to get the deaths that we want. I would be shorting refrigerated trucks right now. So, because I don't think they're going to be needed at all for the cadavers. No.
Now, the only small bumps Kudlow understands are the kind he does to go on television.
Boom.
Hey, that was good.
That was good.
Bop, bop, bop.
What do I got? I got to come up with a bell for that or something. That was good.